Mosiah Garvey was born in St. Ann's Bay, Jamaica on June 10, 1887, to what would now be called a lower middle class family. As a child, Garvey liked to read, and he always believed he would grow up to do great things. At the age of 14, he worked at a print shop as an apprentice and later would become a master printer, a skill that would serve him well when he started his own newspaper, Negro World, in the future. In 1910, young Marcus would travel to Central America, where he worked as a laborer and a journalist. It was during his travels that Marcus observed black labor on plantations, railway terminals, shipping, and even the building of the Panama Canal, and realized the economic power that black labor would have if they would come together and work under one common cause. But it wasn't until he read prominent black leader of the time, Booker T. Washington's book, Up From Slavery, that his black nationalism views started to take shape. Soon after, in 1917, he would organize the first chapter of the Universal Negro Improvement Association in Jamaica, and 2 years later, a second one in Harlem, New York. Also referred to as the UNIA, the organization was determined to promote racial pride, dignity, self-sufficiency, and a newfound respect and appreciation for African culture and heritage that all Negroes shared. With the organization focusing on the industrial, commercial, educational, social, and political interests of Jim Crow-era blacks, it was indeed an exciting time. And in spite of the racial hatred, prejudice, and the climate of fear and terror, Marcus Garvey's militant and outspoken message of black nationalism continued to draw thousands to his cause. Women would be celebrated and promoted within the organization in a way very few organizations, if any, were able to do at that time. With a newfound sense of pride, dignity, and self-respect, it would seem that great change was on the horizon for the African Americans of the times, and the UNIA would be there to install strength and unity. As membership continued to increase and the Pan-African mindset began to grow, it would not be long before the United States government would view the organizations as a threat to the established order and would actively look for ways to disrupt or stop the UNIA. With the help of a young J. Edgar Hoover at the Justice Department, it would not be long before informants would be placed within its ranks. With the Negro World circulating 200,000 papers weekly, 700 UNIA chapters in the United States alone, and over 1 million members, Marcus Garvey was indeed a force to be reckoned with. Ahead of his time, Garvey understood the importance of black economic base and pushed for black businesses everywhere. There were laundries, restaurants, newspapers, grocery stores, tailor shops, and other employing over thousands. But his biggest and most ambitious venture would also be his downfall. Back to Africa, and Africa for the African was the call as Garvey pushed for African Americans to return home to the motherland and develop a nation state free from the discrimination and violence of America. But the Black Star Line would be just the ticket. The Black Star Line would be a shipping company which would ship goods and passengers to the Caribbean and carry passengers to Africa. Unfortunately, none of this will come to pass. While attempting to raise funds for the Black Star Line's purchase of a ship, a misrepresentation in an advertising flyer sent through the mail gave the Justice Department just the kind of opportunity they needed to arrest and deport Garvey back to Jamaica on mail fraud charges. Although the movement and the UNIA didn't survive without Garvey, his legacy and his work would have a profound effect on future leaders like Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, Patrice Lumumba of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Nelson Mandela of South Africa, Malcolm X, and many more. Marcus Garvey was sent to prison in 1925, and after serving 2 years was released and deported to Jamaica, where he was welcomed as a national hero in 1927. He would later relocate to London in 1935 and unfortunately die at an early age in 1940. Marcus Garvey was a visionary leader who loved his race and tried to promote that love, and was definitely a man ahead of his time.